Ant-Man 3 felt like Spider-Man 3.
I do not like that. No.
Don't take this out of context. Don't put this in the cold open. I don't want people to hate me. No, don't.
That's a cold
This isn't
open.
how the cold.
How's it going, guys? We're here for our spoiler discussion of Ant-Man Quantumania. If you've seen the movie, stay here. We have thoughts.
Yes, we do.
And if you're new, remember to like, subscribe, share with your friends. This is What Do You Think? It's been me, Amir.
I'm Alvin.
And it's me, Omi. What's going on, guys?
And let's get into it.
So we're here showing Alvin our out-of-theater reaction TikToks that we made for this movie.
Yeah.
So the first one I made is my non-spoiler review for the movie. So here it is, Alvin.
What's going on, guys? I just came out of the theater watching Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Let's talk about it.
What are you doing?
So the first thing I have to say is, what the fuck was that movie?
Nah,
Majors,
that's too
I mean, he did
brutal.
great as King, but what the fuck was that movie?
That's good. What was you?
Okay.
I was in trouble and cut, so he's like,
Oh.
oh, I'm just going to do a quick reaction. I'm like, oh, that's going to take you 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But he was like, he just did that.
This is Amir's.
Say what you will about Ant-Man Quantumania, but we did lose a real one. Pour one out for the homie.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
actually
great.
liked him.
Yeah.
I liked him.
I love the character. It was they had him serious.
Yeah.
Nick and Omi were like, I can't tell if you're serious. I'm like, no, he was actually the best character. The fact that he had a great, he actually had an arc.
Say what
Yeah,
you
but it's a
will
joke of
about-
an arc. Right? I think that they didn't treat him with respect.
No, but
And the character we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is MODOK.
Yeah.
Darren
Spoiler.
Cross,
Yeah,
Yellow Jacket is back.
He's back as
Yeah.
MODOK, and I was telling them earlier that I loved Darren Cross
Yes.
in Ant-Man 1.
Same.
So to see him be in this as MODOK, which I'm fine with him being MODOK, but the fact that they just made him a joke machine and you're not laughing with him, you're always laughing at him. That's the problem. He's like the Hux. When
No,
Kang...
'cause I don't want to say he's like Hux, because I think Hux is still like a joke, but not like an unfunny joke. This one, I thought MODOK worked. He was funny, and then he actually had some really sad moments where like he actually became the good guy. He died in Avenger,
But he didn't do... they didn't show him actually do anything.
but he thought he did. So like his idea, when you look at just what the character's actions, right? His whole idea, he was doing the wrong thing. He was killing people, working under King, this dictator, right?
Mhm.
And at the last moment, he decided, no, I'm gonna do the right thing, and he dies doing he saved his friends. He saved his brother. He
He-
saved his old
brother,
lover.
That was a
Yeah.
good joke.
But I didn't buy that either. I was like, why is he this loser? I was like, oh, I always
He's
saw
always a
you as a
loser.
friend, and then he put his hand on his
Yeah.
face, like when he was dying, just so awkwardly. I was like,
I thought
play
that
him
was funny.
serious,
That's funny.
play him
Yeah,
serious.
that was funny.
No,
That
but
was-
you had to-
That's his death. You want his death to be serious.
I think that's
But it
the,
still worked.
I think that's the thing with the MCU. They bring in these cool characters from the comics, but they off them in their first appearance. I wish MODOK would have lived because I think that character's great, and you could have had him explore.
had him help
and-
him actually. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did help them. He stopped
No, I'm saying
King.
like actually have them maybe be the reason how they get back to Earth or leave the quantum realm. Have him.
It
help with
serves
that.
the same purpose. It's either
No,
no,
but
help
he-
him get back
he
home,
didn't
or you help him
die.
kill King.
But he didn't. They didn't show him do anything because like he got knocked. He got when you see him get killed. It's like, oh, I guess he died because he got hit by a force beam that does nothing to Ant-Man and his family, but poofs out half of the other species that it hit. So that to me, power scaling for this movie made no sense.
Yeah, that's any superhero movie. Obviously, the characters got plot armor.
Yeah.
But everyone did, and then it's like the scene
It's a
before.
superhero movie. It's low quality superhero movies like this where you know there are no stakes. Where Ant-Man, because I thought Ant-Man was gonna die. Believe it or not, I thought he was gonna die, which I was kind of right in that.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
do
'cause
that,
no-
you can't do that
no,
simulation. You can't do that probability
Yeah.
storm,
Well,
bro.
Yeah.
The probability story.
You can't
Exactly.
do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But
so-
speaking of the probability storm, I think that was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
yeah,
It was
visuals
cool.
are great.
Yeah.
There were some really trippy visuals here.
Yeah.
I thought they would have went more into like kind of the kaleidoscope effect like they did in Doctor Strange 1.
And the end of Ant-Man.
More
1.
trippy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
This one was just like, oh, weird visuals, but still looked cool, but easy to digest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
like
really liked how they did the anthill. That was a really
I love
cool
that.
gimmick.
I like how he was getting buried, and then Cassie was like, "Dad, come back," and then they helped him go back.
Yeah, that
because
was
they're all
cool.
doing it for her.
Yeah.
That
And
was
then
cool.
Wasp came in, and then I thought that was really good.
How'd you guys like Baskin Robbins Scott Lang?
I think it was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I think it was good.
Yeah.
So for the spoiler discussion, I know there was some things I was talking about. I believe there actually are a couple of plot holes in this movie.
Can I go over a few jokes that I had?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Before I watched the movie, I was like, oh, I'm gonna hate this movie for sure. So I'm gonna come up with a few jokes and say it on the review. So the first joke that I came up with is, no pun intended, guys, but Ant-Man and the Wasp's Quantumania should be seen on the smallest screen you can. That was a joke that I came up with, but then I was like, I'm not gonna do that joke because I actually like this movie. Yeah, I think that was the only good joke that I had that's worth telling.
I respect it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because me and Amber, we watched it together, and one of the things he mentioned, but if you guys in the comments can explain to us, I would be happy to hear it, because in the quantum realm, didn't they say it was the place that is separated from space and time?
I'm sorry, that must have been a very long 5 years.
Yeah, but that's just it. It wasn't. For me, it was 5 hours. See, the rules of the quantum realm aren't like they are up here. Everything is unpredictable. Is that it?
So for them to say that Michelle Pfeiffer was in there for 30 years, but she aged, isn't that like, makes no sense? Because
Yeah, 'cause the way I saw it, she would either have to be the same age as when she got stuck in the quantum realm,
yeah,
or infinitely older than she is now, and much older than Hank Pym.
yeah.
If time progresses faster in the quantum realm, which I do not know.
Also,
Yeah.
another thing, I think, so I came out of this movie really liking it, but obviously after sitting on it, there are gripes that I do have. I think the biggest one is, how come when they came back to Earth, time didn't pass? Because that's what happened with Scott and Janet, right? How come there was no time jump into the future
That's
when you're in the quantum realm?
the lack of logic.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't really, kind of, that's not the reason why I did not like this movie. That's
I like
just
the
a
ending.
small nitpick.
Mm.
What do you mean?
Because did you feel like how at the end of the movie you have Paul Rudd or you have Ant-Man and King both fighting to leave the quantum realm through that machine that is a portal to Earth.
Getting home.
So when they have it where they break the quantum machine and they're stuck with King, the fact that they have
they got
Cassie immediately find a way to bring him back. So it's like any thought of loss or isolation or fear and consequence, 2 seconds after they show that they're able to come back home.
It would have been really cool if they became like the new kind of leaders of the quantum
Yeah,
realm,
I
and then
agree.
they come back in like 2 or 3 movies, and like,
I
all right,
agree.
they reformed this civilization for the better. That would have been kind of cool.
I saw someone had an ending on TikTok where it said it actually should have been Hank and Janet, which would have been great because
Oh, they gotta live forever in there because they don't
not
age.
essentially live forever, possibly, but their whole thing was, if Janet felt like she made a mistake to the quantum realm by letting King rule, she should be back helping fix it and essentially, rebuild to what it was before King got there. So I thought that was better than just everyone leaving so willy-nilly after beating King. I thought that was pretty shitty.
It was very convenient, and I thought it would have been a better ending if Scott stayed in the quantum realm just
thought,
as a
yeah.
sacrifice.
That'd been cool.
Yeah, but hearing your guys' ideas, I'm like, those are pretty good.
Even having Scott.
He said,
said
"Oh, I
better
don't have
than
to win.
consequence.
We just both have to lose."
Yeah.
Great line. I wish that they kind of followed through with
Yeah,
it.
'cause
Yeah.
he won.
He did win.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won and you did lose. So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the
Yeah, so I know we were alluding to this earlier in our spoiler-free review. I want to talk more on King the Conqueror, because I don't know if you guys had the same interpretation I did. I thought he was too much of a man-baby.
He's kind of a chump.
He was a chump, a
chump.
man-baby, and almost, because everyone's praising Jonathan Majors. I thought he was very hit or miss, and when he's cool, calm, and, calculated, he was great and collected. But when he was, being angry, it was so, he overacted it. He was trying to overact, and I didn't buy it. I'm like, I'm angry! And like you said, mustache twirling,
Yeah.
where it's even the way, why would he trust Ant-Man to kind of follow through? Or,
even if it's we were saying too, it's if once he had the engine work for him to leave the quantum realm, why didn't he just immediately leave?
Yeah, why does he have to make this grandiose thing?
Oh, Michelle, Janet, you're gonna watch me leave.
Yeah.
This feels like a 007 villain from the 70s. That's why do you have to have them watch? If you've been trapped here for so long, you can't wait to leave. You would think the first thing you do, grab it and fucking run.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought that was dumb too.
Yeah.
But I like Jonathan Majors.
It was cool, but I don't think he's on the level of Thanos, close at all.
Not yet.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
with time he'll be better. but-
Acting, not
Yeah.
scale or scope or power, but I do not think he had that same kind of chill down your spine like
As
Thanos did.
Josh Brolin was great.
Yeah, Josh Brolin was good. I feel like the MCU is really kind of shitting on Thanos for the fact that after
He died in
Endgame,
so many
they've
things.
killed him so many times after that movie where it's all right, now you're making it seem like
Dies
that-
on what
that victory wasn't as hard to achieve because they had Vision slice him in half, they had him die in
Doctor
Strange
Strange
Multiverse
Multiverse.
of Madness.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, you're really making it seem like it wasn't that hard.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, because you Alvin like
You liked it the most. This guy loved the movie.
What are some of your thoughts?
Yeah.
Like spoiler what? Did you
No,
not
no.
love it? I thought you loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah, he loved it.
I loved it.
Let us know why you loved it.
Yeah.
What were some of your favorite moments, spoiler wise?
I think the relationship, like on paper, the relationship of the father and daughter, that's a good on paper. And obviously in the movie,
So on film,
on the movie, it was okay,
Uh-huh.
but I still enjoy that aspect of it. I think Janet was also a really good standout because they gave a lot of fleshing out for her character.
Yeah, I felt like her movie,
Yeah.
honestly.
She was great.
She was the Wasp.
Yeah,
in
yeah, I
this
agree,
movie.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
The aforementioned Ant-Man and the
Yeah,
Wasp.
Hope did like nothing.
I wish there was more hope because,
Yeah.
like we talked about, it is called Ant-Man and the Wasp, but
She had more to do in the second one.
I saw
She
people
did.
say it was just
Yeah.
obligatory to keep put. to keep
Yeah,
that-
you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
redact the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for
Yeah.
Evangeline Lilly, kind of, but she's rich, so.
I really like.
She is
I
rich.
agree.
Yeah.
So there's two things I wanted to say. So first one is I saw people say for Evangeline Lilly like, oh,
multiple hairs.
no, her greatest acting chops in this movie is acting like she believed in science.
Yeah,
That
I
was
thought that
good.
too. I thought
That was
that too.
good.
Actually, I
That
did
was
think
good.
that too.
That
I was
was
like,
good.
So that
I was
pretty
like,
good.
are they gonna have? Because they're talking about all the foundation stuff she's doing. Like, oh, you made like a funny shot at her. It's like, oh, Hope is like
She
building
back
vaccines.
seeds.
She's
Bro
building
back.
vaccines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second thing I was gonna say on Michelle Pfeiffer is one really good line that she had was where like the whole thing is that they are trying to paint the character as like, oh, she lied to her family because she never told them about King the Conqueror when she finally got home.
Mhm.
But her line was like, oh, I just wanted to get back home just to be your mom again. I'm like, damn, she's good.
She's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. Great actress. So
Yeah, I just watched
I loved
Batman
her. That was
Returns
a
a
good
while
line.
ago, like last week. I was like, man, Michelle Pfeiffer, she's great.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her in more stuff.
yeah, she'll always be Catwoman to me. She's
Yep.
the greatest Catwoman.
Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you guys about the post-credit scene. So I thought the post-credit scene to me came out very goofy, very comedic.
Okay.
When you see the three variants and you see one of like, which one of you called us here? How many of you called? Yeah, how many kings are alive? Like, I thought Jonathan made it for sure. He had fun with it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's cool. But I thought that to me came off super cheesy. And then like one of them wearing like a Sphinx hat.
Yeah.
One of them was like a zombie or whatever it was.
This is the first time where like, cause you know when people like don't know the comics, they're like, oh, this is
looks
just
stupid.
like a
Yeah.
cartoon looks stupid. This is the first time I'm like, oh shit,
This looks stupid.
they're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
this does look stupid.
Comics are dumb.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
looks really dumb.
Yeah.
And like you just see 1,000 kings. Some of them are scary.
Yeah. That part was, I don't
A
know.
little
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So I thought that was
What were
that
your
was a
thoughts
little
on it?
weird. But yeah, what did you think?
Honestly,
Did you know the characters?
it was
already?
like Ramatit, Immortus, and someone else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it Scarlet something?
Scarlet Centurion, I think my friend said.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
said he's not 100% sure on the future one.
Yeah, I think going into the movie, I heard that a lot of people were saying the two post-credit scenes were really great. They were just whatever. Like, it's just setup, right?
Yeah, you
It's
can't
that-
get me to watch the show. I'm not gonna watch Loki season 2. I'm telling you that right now.
Really?
I'm not gonna watch that. I didn't watch Loki season 1. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
watching
just
Loki
I don't really
Wow.
watch the Marvel shows because I'd rather watch other things. I don't want to get.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling the burnout. I don't want to
Yeah.
feel it even more so.
Yeah. Underwhelming for me, I suppose. I thought it'd be more, but it's just both King setup, which
Yeah.
you should expect because now it's the
Do you think
face
that's
of
gonna
King.
dilute the character if we're seeing so much
King.
Jonathan Majors?
I think so.
It's
I think-
possible.
That's-
we saw there was a Creed 3 trailer and I was like, he's in so many movies this year. Like we're literally watching a movie.
I agree.
Bef-
And
Promoting another
They
movie.
just
Yeah,
have it
yeah.
in 2 weeks, and they're like, man.
Yeah.
Also, I was telling Amber this, like, I was like, oh, just share the ball, like, oh, if this guy, like, cast, I think, new people, because, like, who played the alien, Feb or Jeb?
What?
Veb.
You know who's
Oh,
gonna
the-
play
the
Spot?
s-
Yeah, that was Polka Dot Man, who was already a character in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
They just recast him as another alien. Give it. roll
Also, no
somebody else.
Louise.
No Louis. There's
Justin for Louise.
There's no
Yeah.
Earth-based
Yeah.
hero, like
Yeah.
Earth-based Ant-Man
Yeah, like-
ancillary characters. Like what the heck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like you said, I think it's Josh like Dimanshian.
David, like,
David
Dastmalchian.
Dastmalchian.
Yeah.
Dastmalchian, yeah.
Yeah.
So like he got a job, and then is it T.I. and
Well, T.I. is problematic.
Oh really?
What's the deal?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a whole other.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, him and Louise, they were cut out. Carlos Pena. Is it Carlos Pena?
Michael Pena.
That's-
Michael Pena.
yeah,
Michael Pena.
that's Big
Yeah,
Time Rush.
Big Time Rush. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Michael Pena, they both at least Michael Pena, I wanted him in this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought he was for sure at least gonna be the end credit scene to kind of
Yeah.
because he really made Ant-Man 1 super popular with
Yeah.
the meme culture,
Yeah.
and then I'm surprised he wasn't.
They just dropped it. Like, it didn't feel like an Ant-Man movie. It just felt like obligatory setup for King. Because I
Yeah.
thought Ant-Man, like, even Scott Lang didn't learn much.
Yeah,
This movie might be,
these characters didn't really have an arc. I will say that, but for me, I was also really surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did.
Mhm.
But I think I looked at it as the first part of a multi-part story, which I don't think you should. Like my friends were saying, each movie should stand
Yeah,
alone
I
on
agree.
itself,
I
which I
agree.
do agree with them. But that's, like I said, I Black Adam myself. I went in with really low expectations, and they were exceeded.
Yeah.
I think it's also really telling how in the spoiler review we didn't even touch upon the rebels because that storyline is completely
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a lot of movies. Who cares? Like,
completely useless.
because I was telling Amir this, that the fact that they show King so much in the trailers, King's in the movie.
Yeah.
So did you guys feel like you're just saying, all right, hurry up and show me King?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Like, where's
yeah.
King?
They
Like,
kept saying
you work
him.
with him.
Him.
Yeah.
Right. I was
But like
where
with
is
the
he?
marketing, you know who they're referring to. So I feel like
Yeah.
it's
It's supposed to build tension and suspense. Like, oh, you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna pin them on that, but that just shows you that everything before it was entertaining enough
yeah.
to kind of hold you off until you get to King. Which,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the issue. Bill Murray.
Bill
a joke
Murray.
in this.
Bill Murray.
Bill
I
Murray
forgot he was in the
wasn't
movie.
great
He got
either.
He
eaten.
died. He
Split.
died. That was funny. He died.
Yeah.
That was justice. I did like that. Michelle Pfeiffer was like,
Like,
"Oh, I have needs,
Yeah.
Henry."
Yeah.
Also, that was a little thing how she never called Hank
Hank
Henry.
Henry.
Like, oh, that was a
She
cool.
was
That's a
called-
cool,
yeah, Henry,
cool
not
like
Hank.
Yeah.
thing for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two were great. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer.
They were great, but I feel like Michael Douglas is like, yeah, I'm tired of this franchise.
Yeah, he was already in the first two.
Yeah,
And he had a
exactly.
lot to do in the first one.
Yeah, yeah. How'd you guys
Yeah.
think of Ants at the end of the movie?
I thought that was so dumb that.
Ants took down Kang.
Yeah,
It,
like
it felt like it was weird enough for an Ant-Man movie. I'm like, all
I
right,
agree.
it's still Ant-Man,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was weird enough that made it feel connected to act. That was the most Ant-Man thing of this movie.
I agree.
yeah, it was the most Ant-Man thing. But I was telling Amber, and I mentioned it also in the previous review, was I had a big problem with King and his power scaling because when he came down, and he wiped out, he wiped
Doing
out,
that.
yeah, he
I
wiped
would-
out thousands of
Yeah.
people in an instant. They got poofed. But the fact that when he shoots Ant-Man, it does nothing to him. Like that to me is like you can't
Yeah.
show that to us. Then I'm gonna question a lot of why does that not kill him immediately?
Yeah, exactly. I think when I said King was a chump, I think a lot of people are going to talk about how is he a threat to the Avengers if
When he did
Ant-Man,
so little, yeah.
if Ant-Man can defeat
Yeah,
King.
Ant-Man's ants beat him.
Exactly.
Darren beat him.
No.
Darren.
Darren.
No, Darren
Yeah.
did. Darren didn't do shit.
Yes, he did.
What did he do?
Respect for Darren. Can we
Yes.
get that?
I love Darren. Yes, we love you, Darren. What did he do?
He broke the force field.
He didn't
Yeah.
break the
That was-
force field.
He
Yes,
became a
he
hero at the
did.
end of
He
the movie.
exploded.
He
He
broke
became a
into the
hero at
force
the end
field,
of
and that's
the
how the
movie.
ants got to him.
Yeah.
What?
He broke the
He
force
thrust himself
field.
into King's force field.
Yeah, he broke it.
No, King exploded his force field and killed everyone around him.
No.
No.
How did he break the force field?
His face was in the force field.
Yeah.
So he just put his face in the force field and broke it.
He was like, I'm Darren.
Is it? But yeah, Darren. I would have had him more seriously. That's just me. I like Darren a lot in the first anime, so I didn't want him being a joke. But
He had a better. I think the way they handled him, he had a better destiny because he didn't
was
just die.
King
Yeah.
strong innately, or is it all through technology?
It's all through technology.
Yeah,
Then he's terrible. Then
No, but
that's so
it's
lame.
all about his intellect. He created the technology. I'm guessing.
But he got beat by ants.
No, he's from the future, so he didn't even create it. I think he just
Yeah.
takes future tech. I wish they would have shown King to be more formidable with time because his whole thing
Yeah.
is he talked about time being a cage.
I
and once
manipulate time.
once you're uncaged, you're free. Show more of that. I don't like that he shoots blue beams out of his hands
Yeah,
all the time.
And also another thing,
I thought like a Quicksilver scene that could have been badass.
yeah, just
Yeah.
reverse time.
Yeah. Also another thing I thought makes the character even lamer is King the Conqueror loses. Like we said, he dies at the end of this, right?
Yeah.
He gets crushed into the quantum realm, kind of or even more subatomic than they already are.
Mhm.
But I thought, since he was talking about time and space and he was the master of it, I thought he was going to be the one constant throughout time,
Same.
which would
I
have been
saw
way
it.
cooler rather than him having thousands of variants where they're all super powerful and it's
But
like, right now you're not even special.
I saw people were saying he's not dead.
I don't.
He
He's
had-
obviously not dead.
Yeah, or saying that he's this. I guess that variant becomes the Beyonderer.
I saw that where because in this movie he's just King. He doesn't have any like his
Well,
powers.
he's
Are
a
just the blue,
conqueror.
his powers are just the blue beams.
Uh-huh.
I think when he got sucked into the engine, that's what gives him the time manipulation powers because he needed a chair to manipulate time. but once he gets sucked into the engine, he can just do it himself. Which I think that's a more interesting.
Yeah, because I saw
King?
that King is coming back, and they're saying that he's gonna be much powerful. Much more powerful. Which
Yeah.
I feel like, then I don't know.
If that's the case, that means this movie really meant nothing out of it.
It's setting up even more setup. That is like
Yeah.
everything's a preliminary to what's coming next.
Yeah.
That to me is sad. I would have loved to have just mainly been Janet and King. I thought them working together in the past, that was the most interesting stuff.
I thought it would have been interesting where a variant of King kills the King we know in this movie, and then like I just think it'd be cool to see different versions of that character usurp each other.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he's supposed to be the strongest, and I thought, or if Ant
Rex.
beat him, I was like, then
'Cause
why should I fear the
There's
other
no
one?
way Ant-Man should have beaten King. I'm
I
being
agree,
honest.
ever.
He's King the Conqueror. There's no way this character he should have been defeated by Ant-Man.
Because his
He should
power
have been
is-
defeated by himself because
Yeah,
he's so
I
huge.
agree.
He has so
It's
much
hubris.
hubris.
Yeah,
agree.
because Ant-Man's only power is to go big and go small. So like he's
Yeah.
still a human. Like
Yeah.
it's also through technology. So there's no way I thought he should have stopped him. So that's some of the inconsistency that we have with the movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more we can go into.
There was a question I had for you guys though.
Yeah.
Do you guys fear the future of the MCU? Do you guys like where it's coming? Because I guess they mentioned that the writers for this are taking over Secret Wars and Secret Invasion, or what is it?
King Dynasty.
King Dynasty and Secret Wars. So
Yeah.
are you guys scared for that?
I will say this. Marvel is back, babe. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm a quantum maniac. No, but I think the biggest thing that the biggest problem Marvel has right now, like as much as I enjoyed the movie, I took it as how it was, not what it could have been.
That's true.
So they rushed this movie a
I agree.
lot, right?
I agree.
I think the character of Cassie Lang, she just has a suit now. Like it would have been interesting.
Yeah.
What was her power? Like she's just she's just Ant-Man, goes big and goes small.
I think it would have been interesting if this was an Earth-based movie and then Cassie, like the cool part in the quantum realm is when Scott tries to train her, but then that's like a second in the movie, and then everything else is just
It
like
was a snap and punch or
tap-
pop.
tap and punch or whatever. Yeah.
I think snap and tap.
Grow and tap, whatever, something like that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think the writing is really, really undercooked. That it needs to have a few more revisions to make it be fleshed out and kind of give depth
Makes
to
sense.
these characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you take it at face value, I really enjoyed it, but I do think all the criticisms are completely valid.
Yeah.
Everyone is saying that, this movie, I don't think it's the second worst MCU movie. I will
I
say
agree.
that.
I agree with that. I think there are other ones that are far worse.
Yeah.
I think this is a bad movie though.
I think
You know
I think
what?
it's a fun one, but
It's fun.
as a movie, there were
Yeah.
times when like, man, it's just like, it felt like I'm only looking past the issues just because like, oh,
What's coming
big
next.
IP,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and it's Marvel.
Yeah.
And like, oh, if
Yeah.
it was. Let's say if it
Put on the
wasn't
same
Marvel,
level
it
as
was
Last
any
Stand.
other
Yeah.
sci-fi
True.
movie.
Yeah.
Everyone has Last Stand. No way.
No, I'm saying if you put this to Last Stand, I think Last Stand beats it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really probably Last Stand to a lot of people. Like, oh, this movie's dog shit. But like, it's just because there's nothing that comes out after it. I think this is a weaker.
I
It's a
think
weak
if
movie.
it wasn't
Yeah.
called Ant-Man, I think this movie would get eviscerated even more than it is.
Yeah.
I said this yesterday. I think the reason why I don't have too many problems with this movie is because I know in 3 months there's gonna be another Marvel movie
Yeah.
for me to consume. So it's just like, oh,
There's no consequence for a shitty movie.
yeah, exactly. They're just they keep churning it out, so they're doing quantity over quality. Which I'm just like, I didn't like this movie. Next one. I didn't like this next one. There's always gonna be another one, right?
Which is like so sad.
It is.
It's like it's the death of the art that were in superhero movies for Marvel.
I said this to Amity, my sister. I said,
Is that democracy dies?
I was like, Disney is in the market of commodifying mediocrity.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yes.
fire. I thought that was a fire line. I came up with that,
Yeah.
and then she's like, "Are you serious right now?"
Yeah, he is. He's got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean, their business are making 6s and 7s and making millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
off those 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we
So-
didn't think it was great.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me see if
I'm happy Alvin liked it. I'm very surprised because he wasn't
Yeah.
telling us his opinion,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I'll just save it for the review." So I'm like, "Oh man, so he's gonna come in on
Another
this dumpster
Alvin
fire."
ramble.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually did have an Alvin ramble yesterday defending the movie because everyone kept attacking it. But
so this is your Dark Phoenix then,
this is
oh, this is your Dark Phoenix?
this is my Dark Phoenix.
or your Snyder cut.
Well, Snyder Cut's a good movie.
This is a good movie.
What? There you go.
Yes, sir.
Love to hear it.
Yes,
Admiral also likes New Mutants, so I know we
No,
can.
I don't. So you can just lie. You can do your thing.
You have it on Blu-ray, yeah.
I bought it on sale for $5. Fuck you, bitch.
I will say, I like the campiness of the beginning and the end. It felt like Spider-Man 3 when Tobey.
Yo, that's blasphemous.
How?
This is so much shittier.
The beginning felt like Spider-Man 3 when
You know,
when
that's
he's
all
talking about,
fun. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the
that was
camp,
cool.
it's campy.
Mm.
Yeah, no, you can't deny it. It's my opinion. It's not fact. It's my opinion. It felt like Spider-Man 3.
Wow.
Yeah, Ant-Man 3 felt like Spider-Man 3.
I do not like that. No.
Don't take this out of context. Don't put this in the cold open. I don't want people to hate me. No, don't.
That's a cold
This is
open.
not the cold
That's
open.
a cold
No,
open.
people are gonna hate me. I'm already hated on this channel, all right, with my take on Avatar. This is my Avatar 2. You guys love
So,
Avatar 2.
that-
You guys keep defending
yeah.
Avatar 2. This is my Avatar 2.
So I was actually gonna ask you, is this a better movie? This is your Avatar.
Avatar does better
Avatar.
world. Avatar does better world building, but I had a better time with this movie because it's not a fucking 3-hour movie. I didn't fall asleep for 15 minutes and they're still
there's a
hunting a whale. All right, there's no whales in this movie.
Unfortunately not.
Fortunately, not.
We got like some other alien shit. Like
Yeah.
I thought also like,
You
even,
got
like
squid.
the whole
You got
joke
squid.
was so weird. Like I thought that was like a poorly
Oh.
disguised fetish or something. Like,
Yeah.
do you have, what comes out of your holes? Like it's
How
like,
many
like,
holes do you
yeah.
have?
I have holes. Like
Yeah,
what
that
the
felt
fuck?
like a childish thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just came out this weekend. If you're, we already talked about our regular spoiler thoughts.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out, sure, go ahead. It's like a popcorn movie. But if you're expecting this to have cameos and have like a kind of, I guess, truly set up what's coming, it's very much like a one-off filler episode.
It's an
can-
episode 1 of a bigger story.
And it says that Ant-Man already gets such a bad rap for his movies always being like, oh, they're just like one-offs.
Ant-Man
and, like,
1's still
meh.
the best.
Ant-Man's the best. This is the second best Ant-Man movie.
Yeah, but they're not high bar.
Yeah,
It's like
The
second
Ant-Man
high
one
bar.
is Ant-Man 1's great,
It
but I
is.
think it's like, oh, it just sucks that Ant-Man now like this further solidifies that bad rap that he has. Oh, like Ant-Man, I don't really respect. Like people don't respect Ant-Man as a superhero.
I think Paul Rudd's still great in the role.
He's good.
He's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets paid a lot for these movies. Yeah, you want
Yeah.
more better writing. Pay your writers more than these actors.
He
I
should have
feel
been in
like.
the writer room because he was in the writer room
I
for
saw
1 and 2.
I saw he had a
Uh-huh.
rejected script for this. It was supposed to be him take on
AIM.
MODOK and AIM, but
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would have wanted that.
I would have wanted that more than
If it was more of a
Exploring
personal
the Quantum
story.
Realm.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want it, but it's like I didn't want like an espionage movie.
I
like
actually okay.
Winter Soldier.
I know we're kind of closing up on this, but I
Yeah.
actually liked how they brought it back to the first Ant-Man when King was like, "You're a good thief, right? Go steal this."
Oh, I
thing
did
from
like
me."
that. I did
I
like
like
that.
that.
I did
That
like
kind
that.
of closed the arc. It went back to the first one.
I did like that. I
Yeah.
did like that. He was a
Yeah.
thief. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are our thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Meh. Let us know what you
Yo.
think.
I think
No.
I thought it was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Media. That's what I was thinking.
No,
Other
there's-
than-
Media.
This is slander. This is the best movie of Phase 5.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
This is the best movie of Phase 5 so far.
I can't. I
So
can't
far.
deny that he is right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But
Checkmate.
Yeah. It's the best. It's a 6. It's the best
Yeah.
6. Yes.
so those are our thoughts. Let us know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for the? Do you have faith in Marvel? I think the next one is Guardians of the Galaxy, which I do think that should be
I hope that's
better
good.
than this. I would hope
that's good.
so.
Really?
Yeah, I think that would be
I hope
better
it'll
than
be
this. But
Well, are you talking about for James
Yeah.
Gunn? Is that what
Yeah,
you're referring
yeah,
to? Yeah. I still want a decent. I think he does Guardians well. I don't think he's gonna do. I think the DC universe. I think it's gonna be very interesting with the time to come. It's gonna be either blown up or it might be a big success.
well, that's us from Well, What Do You Think? Remember to like and subscribe, share with your friends. It's been me, Amir,
I'm Alvin.
And it's me, Omid.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.